Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Steelers Sanctuary podcast. I'm your host, Dave Rivero from SteelersSanctuary.com. This is my co-host, David Cora, back from a week's hiatus. How you doing, Dave?
I'm back, bitches. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, let's start out with the miserable injury report. We found out on Friday that Levi Wallace and Larry Ogunjobi were going to be out. And we found out today that Chris Boswell is also out, and Nick Skiba's taking his place. It just goes from bad to worse, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, my God. And some of this, it wasn't even during the damn game last week. It was like out of nowhere practice or something, right? Like,
yeah. Boswell is weird. This has been strange.
Right. He had this injury last year too, didn't he?
I believe so. At one point, Alex Kozora tweeted out last week that he had done something to his leg and he started limping. He saw it on the tape. But he played last week and he was fine.
You know, that's right. Okay. I do remember he tweaked something, it looked like. Yeah.
Maybe he aggravated it this week in practice. And Josh Jackson's been questionable. He missed practice on Wednesday, limited Thursday and Friday, so we may not see him.
I think he's out now too.
Is he?
I don't know. I jumped on Twitter earlier. It was just popping all over the place. This guy's out.
Yeah.
Carlos Davis got elevated from the practice squad. I'm just going through things here on Twitter, basically. I can't find the one where they say. I just know that I know TJ's not going to get activated.
Yeah, we can go through that in a second.
Yeah.
I can Google him real quick, but he's not really. I mean, he played pretty well. He played serviceable last week.
Right.
But I don't think it's well, anyway, we're going to see Ahkello Witherspoon this week, it sounds like. So that's a little bit of good news, I guess. He wasn't playing that great when he got hurt, but
right.
That last time we saw him, he was getting cooked at by the Browns, and what's his name there?
It didn't look good.
Steven Sims looks like he's a go for this week, so that'll be good.
Thank God. Good Lord, dude.
They miss his return ability big time. I mean,
they do.
Gunnar Olszewski is just not even worth having on the field at this point.
And it's just so strange. Like this guy, I can never understand that. This guy was a Pro Bowl guy, special teams guy. Like it's like
completely fell apart.
What the fuck happened? Yeah, like
I can't. And you mentioned the news. TJ Watt will not be activated for this week. So that means he'll be back after the bye at the soonest. That's bad news, dude. They lose this Philly game. They'll be 2-6.
I found it, by the way. I don't mean to interrupt you. I found it. Josh Jackson is out.
Josh Jackson's out as well. Great.
So, yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, look, here's my problem, okay? So if TJ is healthy, right? If he's healthy, and just because they want to be cautious or whatever, here's my problem. The experts, set in quotations, are saying that the one way to beat Jalen Hurts, his one weakness is the blitz, like pressure. You start putting a lot of pressure on him, that's when he doesn't do well. So our number one guy that can do that, you're not going to let him play. Now, if he's like, like maybe if he just didn't seem like he was quite ready, okay, I get it. But like if he looked ready and you still chose to kick the can down the road, then you really did steal their fate. Because here's the other issue. There's no Ogunjobi tomorrow either.
Yep.
And he was getting pressure up the middle for them.
Yes,
so now
he was.
You took we'll say the top three guys that are getting pressure on the quarterback. We'll say it's Highsmith and Ogunjobi, right? And then Watt coming back is going to be your number one guy. So now you have really sealed the fate of them because now they only have Highsmith to rely on really to get pressure.
Yeah, and Hayward a little bit, but
I
agree.
But I feel like Hayward needs Ogunjobi and
I mean
to really, because now they're just going to double team him or Highsmith and call it a day.
Yep.
And I just There's just no way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I agree 100%. The Eagles might have the best offensive line in football, one of the best. So we know how Alex Highsmith disappears against good tackles, and he's going to disappear again this week. I doubt he even gets a sack this week. So, and then if you double teaming Cam, forget it. He's not going to get any pressure on them. They're already down to Leal. Leal's not there. He was one of their brighter guys. So now you're looking at, you said they elevated Carlos Davis. Carlos Davis might play significant snaps in this game.
He could.
And that's bad news. It's just,
when you're down,
we've been down a couple times going into games. This one might be the worst of them all because you're facing basically the best or the second best team in football. You can debate whether them or the Bills.
When you're down to the Davis brothers, it's bad.
Yeah.
And that's just there's no way to put it. I mean, you hope Loudermilk takes a step forward here sooner or later.
Yeah.
Because I saw somebody say last game he was getting dominated. He was not doing well.
He didn't show up much. So yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I
don't either, brother.
You're missing some of the guys that have actually, Ogunjobi, that hurts. So I don't know. You're not going to get pressure up the middle like you've been doing, and you're not going to bring Watt back, who's your number one guy, to put pressure on him. If you had any hope, it was to put pressure on him. That's what the experts are saying.
Yeah.
Your number one guy in the league, you're not bringing him in this game. So I don't know what they're going to do. Because
think about
they can't get pressure anyways. Like
no,
they have a hard time
pressure with
pressure.
Ogunjobi. Yep.
So you needed Watt if you really had a shot. If you were going to have a shot. Now, nope, it's over.
Think about how they're successful against the Ravens, which is another running team. They have T.J. Watt crash and hit the quarterback every play, whether he runs or doesn't run. They just keep beating on the quarterback, and I heard somebody mention that was a game plan when he was a Philly, but they don't have anybody to beat on Hurts this week.
Nope.
So
not now.
he's gonna run wild, and it's gonna be bad. That attack and mesh, so that it creates problems for running quarterbacks. They don't have that this week, and they're in big trouble.
Yeah.
Not to keep piling on the bad news, but we learned earlier this week Calvin Austin's done for the season. We finally got a little bit of clarification from Jerry Dulac, said he re-aggravated his foot. He's going to have surgery. I'm lukewarm on what Jerry Dulac's sources and how he, if this is really true or not. I'll believe it when I see it type thing.
He works directly for the Steelers now, right? Is he the one that left DK Sports to go work?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
So it does make sense though. So I'm going to lean towards he's right about it because I want to believe it because I don't want to believe the Steelers just decided, well, the kid can't catch up, he's behind, and we're just going to redshirt him and not play him the show. I hope that's not the case. I really do.
Well, I was getting frustrated too. I mean, I was spouting a lot of shit that day because I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Why won't nobody tell us what's going on with this kid? Just saying he's not ready, I'm sorry, that ain't good enough. The kid's been standing there for 2 fucking weeks telling us, I'm healthy, I'm good to go. And then all of a sudden he disappears. No one's saying a fucking word of what's going on with this kid. Is it really that hard to go, hey, he re-aggravated his injury?
Well, that's the thing, right? They asked
so
Tomlin
hard?
directly on the press conference, and he said, I don't have time. I didn't have time to look into that. I'm busy working with the guys that are healthy. It's like, you can't just tell us he aggravated his foot. He's not going to play. Are you playing games with the Eagles? Is that what you're doing? But they don't give a shit if Calvin Austin plays or not. Eventually they'll know. They had to activate him by Wednesday, so they had plenty of time to prepare for him. It just doesn't make any sense.
The Eagles are not scared of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't care what fucking games they play.
Yeah.
They're a 2-5 team who can't score more than 10 to 15 points a game. Like no one's intimidated by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, I hate to bring it to people, but no one cares. Their fucking defense went out there, gave up 3 points the second half, and still lost.
Yep.
Like, no one cares.
The offense is just maddening. It's so bad. It's just, and now Kenny Pickett's turning the ball over a little bit. So
you want to talk about the offense? There will be none. The Eagles just added Quinn to their already stout defense.
Well, I was going to get into that later.
Oh,
it's going to be bad. You can't help but think. You remember Senquez Golson, right? And how he was a little guy, fast guy, hurt his foot. missed the season, came back the next season, tweaked it again, and never played a down for the Steelers. This is starting to remind me of some Senquest Golden stuff with Calvin Austin. Let's hope it doesn't go down that road. You just pissed away a 4th round pick. And I think we talked about it before. They could have used that pick on an edge rusher, an offensive lineman, something that they actually needed instead of a receiver, which is kind of a luxury pick.
Right.
And if he doesn't end up playing, we're in big trouble. I mean, they don't really need him, honestly. They have Sims playing well. They have 3 other receivers. Right. But it would have been nice to have a 4-2 guy.
Right.
Throw him out there 3, 4, 5 plays. Anything to help this offense. Anything.
Dude, to have that kind of speed out there is what they need. It's what they haven't had. And he adds dynamic that would be really cool to see, but I guess not this year. Hey, look, dude, they could be punting on the season for all I fucking know. Maybe they are like, we're 2-5. We got so many fucking injuries, whatever. Just let's let these guys get healthy. Let's not let I have no idea. Maybe their goal is just to have a go at it after the bye. And
it's too late.
Maybe
it's too late after the bye. If they go 2-6,
don't get me wrong. I know I feel the same way. It's just that I don't know if that's what they're thinking. Is like I don't know what their plan is here. I mean, you're not activating your best player, the best player in the fucking league, to go out against a team that the only way you're going to beat them is if you get pressure on the quarterback. And like I said, maybe he's just not quite there yet, and they're not. Maybe that's it. But if he's 100% ready to go, what the hell?
I think Tomlin wanted him to play badly. I think he just must have seemed not ready because Tomlin, he wants to win every game. If Watt was ready, I think he would have rolled him out there. This is too important a game. They go 2-6. They're 3 games behind the Ravens with 8 to play. They have 2 games against the Ravens, and if the Bengals win, then they're 3 games behind both of them. So
and the Bengals
they have to win this game.
And the Bengals are not losing Jamar Chase now for whatever time frame. It's not.
It's not that long, right? They're saying it's going to be a couple games.
Yeah. They're saying he's week to week now.
Yeah.
So it's it's over, dude. Like
it really is. I don't see no around it. I hate to be negative, but I don't see how this team turns it around.
If Jamar Chase was legit done for 4 to 6 weeks or whatever they originally said, then I would say yes, they have a chance because the Ravens are always good to blow a couple games, and so I mean they barely beat the Buccaneers, so that tells me that they're not that much better than the Steelers or any other team in the division. But the Bengals, who I thought were losing Jamar, that opened the window for another team, which I still would predict it'd be the Ravens, not Steelers, but it opened a window for every team in this division. But now that he's not going to be gone for 4 to 6 weeks or whatever, it's still the Bengals division. I think they can survive it.
Yeah. I thought about this podcast on Friday, and I thought this was going to be a real positive one where TJ's back. Jamar Chase is hurt. There's a chance.
Kazi's back. I thought Kazi's going to be back too.
Yeah. And everything's gone south since Friday. It's just been
what about
news.
that? What's going on with Kazi? Why the fuck is he not playing?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
They're waiting till after the bye week. They just want to be cautious as fuck with everyone.
Yeah, maybe. But
it's too late. The bye week.
It's too late by then.
They got to go, bro. So, they'll have 9 games left. To even be realistic about making a playoff run, they would literally have to go
8-1.
Yeah,
you got to go 8-1
right?
to make up 3 games. You got to go 8-1.
I don't see that happen.
Or 7-2, and you have to beat Baltimore twice, and you have to beat the Bengals in that game.
I mean, literally, you can.
And maybe 7-2, but
you can afford 2 losses at 9-8, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't see the Bengals finishing worse than 9-8, though. I really don't.
I don't either. No, I'm saying in general, like if you're trying to have a record that could maybe sneak you in.
Maybe a wild card, you're saying?
Yeah.
But they buried themselves in the wild card, too, because they're 1-5 in the AFC.
Right.
So,
like I said, it's basically over. Like you're talking.
It really is.
What was it, Dumb and Dumber? So you're telling me there's a chance, like
no chance.
I just
none.
Literally they got to go 7-2.
I tweeted it today. The season's over now that TJ Watt's not playing this game. That was the one hope they had of beating Philly. Yep. He's not playing. It's 2-6, 1-5 in the AFC. It's over. I mean, you have to be realistic at this point. You can't. I know people want to be optimistic and have their Steelers sunglasses on and say, "Oh, maybe we can do this." Tomlin's done it before. This is not happening, man.
No, it's not.
So now
It's over.
It comes to the point where, okay, if we've come to that realization, they need to sell some players at the trade deadline. Start getting some picks. Do something.
Right. Like people are all like up in arms about this kind of talk. And I'm like, morons, this is what you're supposed to fucking do. If your team sucks, then you need to sell some pieces.
This is uncharted territory for the Steelers. I get it.
And people are not used to it, so they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Like you said, they can't take their Steelers sunglasses off. And it basically has blinded them. And they don't realize, like, this is what bad teams do. They make trades to add picks to build that team, make it better for down the future. And that's just the way. And like Chase Claypool has not exactly lit the world on fire since his rookie season.
Yeah.
He had that one game 2 weeks ago, and everybody's just like, "Oh my God." Well, that's it. That's the potential with him. But he doesn't show it every game.
Remember what a couple weeks ago we said it'd have to be a second. I'm down to, if someone gives us a fourth at this point, just get something for him and let's go.
Really? Oh, really? You're okay with the fourth?
Yeah. I mean, ideally you'd want a third.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at a third. If you offer me a third right now, I'd probably take it now. But
you can go the rest of the season with Sims.
Dude, Tony. For Tony, the Chiefs gave up a third and a sixth.
I know,
and he's like injured all the time.
But dude,
I'm like,
him in Kansas City is going to be a nightmare because he's exactly the type of player that they love.
If he's healthy, look out.
He's not quite as fast as Tyreek Hill, but he's a similar type of player. With that kind of speed and elusiveness, he's going to be a nightmare.
As long as he's out there. That's like when he's out
the
there.
Injury thing.
When he's out there, dude, he's legit. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's not a lot. So
I get it.
I don't know. Like, but what I'm trying to say is that for a guy that has like zero stats compared to 3 years of Chase, if they get a third and a sixth for him, I like to think we could get a third for Chase. Like, I don't know.
There was those rumors floating around that they were asking for the same thing that the Panthers got from McCaffrey, a second, a third, and a fourth. I don't know.
That's wow.
Maybe some of the other people in the league value him more than us here and being Steelers fans do. Maybe they see something that they don't see the flaws as quite as closely as us. If they get multiple picks for Chase Claypool, send him packing. You get a second, third, second and fourth, third and fourth.
Oh my God, absolutely.
See you later. I mean, could he turn out to be good? Could he turn his career around? Maybe be really good in Green Bay? That's maybe, but he's not going to be that in Pittsburgh.
Could you imagine like what they could do with 2 2s, 2 3s, or like 2 4s on top of that? Dude, you could build an O line and a D line. Oh my gosh. It'd be great. Oh,
I tweeted out, I don't know if you saw it. They don't have a 5th and 6th round pick, but they have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then 2 7s.
I did see you tweet that, and I was like,
they traded one for Witherspoon, the 5th round pick this year, and the 6th round for freaking Malik Reed, who's been a complete. Well, they swapped picks. That's why they have 2 7s.
Okay. Yeah.
For Reed, so that's not really much to give up, but he's been awful. I'm sorry, he's just not a good edge rusher. We thought he put up stats in Denver. I mean, the guy had 6 sacks and 5 sacks back to back. He's been invisible. He doesn't have a sack yet.
He has one. I think he has one.
one.
He had one against. Was it just this last week, or was it against the Buccaneers? He had one.
All right, so he's got one.
What happened was Cam got through, pressured, and the quarterback tried to step up.
That's right.
And Malik got him.
And I remember that play. Yep.
But I don't know, dude. But people have to realize you got when you're a losing team, you got to add picks.
Yeah.
You got to add picks. And I'm not saying get rid of none of your important pieces. Like, don't get rid of your most important pieces. And maybe that's where the misunderstanding goes. Like, maybe people think that we think they should trade TJ Watt or something like
no core pieces. But if you can get anything, a 6th or 7th for Mitch, or Mason, do it.
Add
picks, need to hang on to both of them.
Add picks, reload, man. Reload for next season. Because that's the thing about football. Football, you can get some of these picks and plug them right in. So it's not like you're drafting and waiting years. It's not like baseball where you're waiting years for these guys to come up. In football, man, you can plug and play.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not like you're punting on this season. But that just means you're going to reload and have a shit ton of picks to add to this team next year and then make a run at it. This
Yeah.
team needs a legit O-line to protect Kenny Pickett. They need a legit D-line to stop the damn run.
Mhm.
And so they need to add as many picks as they can to add to that, to make that team better for next year. That's the way I look at it. Now,
Let me give you a couple of names that I gave Tony on our Tuesday podcast. Larry Ogunjobi, would you trade him? Not signed next year. Probably going to want a big, big contract because he signed a big one with the Bears and then he failed the physical.
Ogunjobi. I mean, yeah. If they're probably not
And there's
bringing
no
him back,
future with the team.
he's going to
there's no
want a
future
big
with the team.
payday. So yeah,
So-
I'd trade Ogunjobi.
Deal him
Sure.
off. What would you take?
As long as so they should lose tomorrow. But if they somehow
This is a caveat
pull
that
off,
they lose the Eagles. Yeah.
if they
Yes.
pull off some fucking miracle
Yes. Agreed.
and they're 3 and
100%.
5 instead of 2 and
That
6,
changes everything.
Changes
Absolutely.
everything. But so yeah, so
Assuming they lose the
precipice-
Eagles.
on the precipice that they lose tomorrow, yes, I would trade Ogunjobi.
You could probably get a second for him. He's played really well. I bet you
Yeah.
could get a second for him.
Maybe. Well, he's a rental. So
Yeah, but a team.
a
I
rental.
don't. Off the top of my head, I don't know if any of the contender really needs a defensive tackle, but I'm sure there's must be one out there.
a rental D lineman. I don't know, bro. I'm thinking 4th, 5th. A
No, I think
second
you do a little better than that. Ogunjobi's
Second
good.
for a rental
maybe
D
third.
lineman.
Maybe third. You can always resign him. You're gonna have to pay,
That's like saying we should just keep him then.
but the Steelers aren't gonna resign him because they've got a little bit of cap space, but not a lot, and they've got a ton of defensive linemen, so they're not gonna resign him.
We're gonna have to disagree on this because I don't think they'd get a second round pick or
All
third
right. I don't know if we'll ever find out because I don't think they'll trade
for
him.
for rental D lineman. No.
He's an impact guy, though. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe
Well,
a third.
I think you're 4th. Could we agree on 4th round?
I think they could do better than that, but
I
maybe
disagree.
I'm wrong. All right. Next one up. Miles Jack. Would you move him?
Oh, they have him
He
next year
signed,
though. Don't they
right?
have next
He
year?
signed. He's signed. Yeah.
He's a 2-year
Or
guy,
at least- Yeah, one more year.
No, he's a piece I keep. He's played very well. I think that's a piece you keep for next year.
Yeah,
Well,
they'd have
you
to
know
entice
what,
me.
You know what? Here's the thing. It's all about the price or what's the offer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, like
You're not getting a first for him, and you're probably not
Like-
getting a second for him too. It'd be a third or a fourth for him.
You know, I'm like Ted DiBiase in WWE. Everybody's got a price. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, give me the price, and then you
Yeah.
know. So if they would give you a ridiculous offer or something that's just too good to pass, then yeah, do it. I mean, but I'm saying right now, so they won't have Bush next year. He's gone. Like, I mean, he's running out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Trade
the
Jack.
way they,
Now, so here's the thing: you trade Jack. Now both of your starting middle
Yeah.
linebackers are gone. So like, I don't know. I think strategically they probably wouldn't go down that road. They probably wouldn't
Yeah.
trade him. Realistically, if I'm thinking like the Steelers, no. Me,
Plus they-
the offer. It's all about the offer.
yeah, they struggle to fill that position anyway. I doubt they do that. They finally found one. Jack's played well.
Yes,
Yeah, so I don't think they trade him.
and Bush is doing fine too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't
So-
know if Bush is gone. I don't know if Bush is gone. I don't think he's going to get any offers, and he's going
You
to do what
think-
Terrell Edmonds done this year.
okay, yeah,
Come
that's
back
what I was
for a
going to
one-year
say.
deal. Try to. I could see that happening. I could
Yeah,
totally see that happening.
God, dude, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he like really wants to be in Pittsburgh after everything that's happened, after all the
Yeah.
shit we have talked to him. I don't know. Like, he might be like, nah, fuck this, I'm out. I think he's going to go to Tennessee.
You think so? All the Steelers go to Tennessee, so
No, he's from there, correct? Isn't
I don't
he
know
from
where he's from, to be
Tennessee?
honest. He might. I don't know.
I think he is. I'm not 100%. But I have a feeling that he's
Yeah,
probably
it's
going to end
fine.
up in Tennessee.
He'd be right there with Bud and all the other former
And
Steelers. Right?
and they all usually go there and suck ass. 'Cause
Yeah.
Bud's been horrible since he went there.
All right, I got one more for you.
Okay.
Najee Harris.
Ooh. Well, me or them? The Steelers, would they or me?
Well, listen, this one will never happen. Mike
No.
Tomlin is deeply in love with Najee
Yes.
Harris. He's not trading him. Like
That's-
deeply in love.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, if Steelers are not doing that, like,
No,
they're in love with
I
him.
would. I'd
They-
ship him out
oh.
in a heartbeat.
Well, me and the rest of us are very shocked that you would trade. You've been trashing him for a while now. You know what? Like I said, man, it's all about the offer. Like Najee's not doing well, and
there's a couple teams looking for backs too.
Yeah,
Philly,
and I mean, like
Buffalo,
and the biggest issue is he's a first round draft pick. I mean, that's a tough pill to swallow, dude. Like, here's the thing:
you got to cut your losses at some point.
So let me ask you this: if we got the Najee of last year, if we get him next year, you still feel like trading him?
If you think he could go back to his rookie form next year?
I think the Liz Frank thing has really bothered him. I think it's bothered him more than maybe he's letting on, or maybe the team's letting on. The whole thing's been strange. Just remember, Tomlin at one point didn't even know which foot it was he injured. Remember, he was like two. There has been a lot of weird shit going on. Just found out 3 days before the game, he took the steel plate out of his shoe that no one ever brought up, by the way.
Yep.
And it seems like progressively he seems to be getting a little better with that. So I'm hoping that once he's fully healthy, that we get the Najee last year. If we get the Najee last year, no, I wouldn't trade him. But if he's really like done, like this is the Najee we have from here on out, yeah. But it depends on what you offer me. Like,
was he really that good as a rookie year though? He didn't.
Yes.
He averaged less than 4 yards a carry, dude.
He had the worst O-line in the league, bro.
Yes,
they were one of the worst.
Yes,
they were horrendous. Like, there was nothing he could do, but he would throw guys off of him like 3 different times, make something out of nothing almost every time. But, did we already run the wheels off this kid?
That's my thought. It's already too late.
That's the other thing. So
he's been beat up.
If somebody offered me a second for him, I'm probably taking.
Yeah, me too.
Because the problem is you can find a quarterback anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. They have one. Jaylen Warren.
Yeah.
They have one.
No, look.
If you compare him to McCaffrey, he's never done what McCaffrey's done, but he doesn't have the contract McCaffrey has, and he hasn't had as many injuries as McCaffrey. He's injured right now, but McCaffrey's injury prone at this point. So could you get a second and a fourth, a third and a fourth?
I don't know.
If Philly came to you tomorrow, I'll give you a second and a fourth for Najee Harris. See you later, brother.
If it was second and fourth, I'm pouncing.
Yeah.
If you give me a second plus a fourth, yeah.
It was nice knowing you.
I know. Because to me, rounds 1 through 4 can be starters.
Yep. 100%.
So you give me 2 picks in the first 4 rounds. Yeah, I'm probably taking that.
Yeah, they won't do it. You couldn't.
No,
I shouldn't say. I mean, there's nothing there's something. Like you said, everyone has a price.
Yeah,
but barring somebody doing something crazy, and they're not going to do something crazy for Najee Harris.
Not for Najee.
He's not moving.
Not for Najee.
He's not moving.
You could get a really good. You could get something ridiculous for Miles Jack, though. I will say that.
You think so?
He's been pretty good. Tackles. I think I
Yeah.
saw something somewhere. I might be reading this wrong. He has 100 and what was it? I saw something. I might have misread it. He leads a team in tackles, though.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. See, I don't think the rest of the league values inside linebackers as much as the Steelers do, though. So I don't know how much you're gonna. How much? It'd be interesting.
It depends on the team and the defensive scheme they run. Like, it just depends on that. So, I could see it happening. I would do it if they offered me a second, like a fourth, like you said for Najee. Yeah, bye. Like, later.
So to kind of wrap this up, the most likely guy to go is probably Claypool or one of the 2 backups, probably Mason. If somebody offered anything for Mason, they'd probably take it.
I mean,
it'd be interesting if somebody offered him a 6th for Mitch Trubisky. Would they do it? They should.
A 6th? I'd like more than that.
Yeah, you're not getting more than that for Mitch Trubisky. No way.
A 5th? You don't think you can get a 5th?
Did you watch him play?
Hey, you're right. Yeah. Hey,
no one's giving up.
Hey, when he gets over there, you can be like, "Look, Coach, Canada killed me."
Like we said, like Buffalo, because Dayball had him last year. I mean, the Giants might throw you a 7th because they had him last year, and they might. Yeah, we could use him as a backup. Same thing with Buffalo. We'll give you a 7th to have a backup, but 6th to 7th. But that's it.
God, that's
Mason. What do you get for Mason? No one's going to trade for Mason. He hasn't played. He hasn't even dressed. He hasn't dressed all season. They're not getting anything. They've ruined his. what little trade value he had, they've ruined it. They've completely.
They should have traded him when his value was at the
Yeah.
max after that last game he had, where he had a 100 passer rating. They should have fucking traded him then.
It's Tomlin living in his fears. He was afraid someone was going to get hurt and he'd be stuck without a backup.
I agree.
It was a huge mistake.
I agree.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about Matt Canada, man. You know where I stand, and I think you stand the same. Well, let's start with this.
I just thought it was funny. You can't help. You got to keep talking about Matt Canada.
This offense is like historically bad now. We're at that point.
Yep.
We're getting to that point. There was my pony of the week. Our pony of the week this week is Filippone himself, Andrew Filippone, because he outdid himself this week. He tweeted that Aditi Kinkhabwala, to get that right, said that if the Steelers struggle again, Matt Canada's fired. And of course, like within an hour, she's tweeting him back, Pony, I didn't say that. You're misquoting me. Blah, 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 blah. She's in. You never said it. Big clusterfuck. Surprise, surprise. It's just crazy.
That guy is insane. Like, the more and more I listen to him, I just think, you know what? I don't even think he does this for like hot takes attention anymore. The guy's just nuts. Like, I really think he's crazy. It's like he just thinks of these things, like her saying what she said, and he completely took it and was just like, it's like he just wants to wish it is what she said. And it's like, bro, that's not what she said. So I don't know. That guy is something else.
I think he wants to be Mark Madden light, right?
He's
entertaining. He wants to be Mark Madden light. He doesn't want to be as evil, but he wants to be like controversial and that kind of stuff.
I compare him more to like Skip Bayless.
All right, that may be better. That might be a better comparison.
He's not real ignorant to people, because Madden, he's more ignorant to people. Pony's not like that. He just says absurd, like crazy idea stuff, like Skip Bayless. Like you know, he's not ignorant to people. That's why people hate Madden so much, because Madden's like really ignorant to people. So like, that's that's the thing. Like with Mark Madden, like sometimes I agree with him. He's just such a piece of shit to people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, like there's some things I agree with you on the sports takes, but like, do you gotta be such a piece of shit to people in general? Like, I don't know. It's just, but it's also, that's his shtick, man. He wants to be the bad guy.
That's his lane now.
He was WCW wrestling guy back in the day. So he's gonna that's his shtick. He's the bad guy in Pittsburgh. And look, it's worked. He's been around for a long time now. I made a lot of money. So, per him, he's made a lot of money. We'll put it that way.
All right. Since we're on the topic of Mark Matt, he had an interesting tweet a couple days ago. He tweeted that TJ Watt will never win a playoff game in Pittsburgh.
I saw.
I'm 75% there, agreeing with him. I'm 75% there. What do you think?
Man, you want to know what sounds crazy? I think there's going to be a changing of the guard coaching wise soon.
You talking head coach?
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think within the next 3 to 5 years, or sooner, actually. I think there's going to be a changing of the guard.
It'd have to be Tomlin saying he wants to go, because the Steelers will never fire him.
I think he will.
Yeah. That's interesting.
So I want you to think about this, right? Cowher went after 15 seasons, correct?
Yep.
Tomlin, I think, now is the second longest tenured coach in the NFL behind Bill Belichick, correct?
Yep.
Okay. He's on his 16th season. Cowher left after his 15th, right? So I just think the timing might be just to where he's going to get to a certain age. He's going to be like, you know what? I'm over this shit. I'd rather go be an analyst. I'd rather go be, whatever. You know how many Tomlinisms this guy, he would be absolute gold on fucking TV.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're right.
I mean,
burnout is definitely a possibility. I hadn't thought of it in that way. He could definitely get to the point where he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I need a break. Right. He's still a young guy, but
and here's another thing. And look, I'm not saying I'm not. This is just, I'm just shooting from the hip here, and could be completely wrong. I probably am, but like, there's been a lot of what the fuck are they doing this year? Have you noticed that? Like, we've been saying a lot of what the hell's going on? Why is this or what is that? Why they seem lost, or why do they know what's going on? It was like that with Cowher his last year. Do you remember? We scratched and clawed to come back to an 8-8 record. Do you remember this?
Yeah,
His last season.
Yeah.
It just seemed like he was really poo-pooing the season. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a lot of confusion and not, and it just seemed like it was something was off. And I do wonder if we're getting ready to head down that road with Tomlin, where he's getting to where like, hey, this is it.
Well, if that happens, then TJ Watt's never not winning a playoff game as a Pittsburgh Steeler, because now you're going to go through a new coach and a rebuild, and that's a couple season project.
What if he's already in the building?
Who are you thinking? Flores?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, well, you know what Flores' problem was in Miami. He couldn't hire an offensive coordinator to save his fucking life, and that's why he got fired. He brought that guy that was a Steelers offensive coordinator back in the 90s.
Oh,
as his offensive coordinator in Miami.
Not Kevin Gilbride or whatever.
No, he coached Dallas for a little while too.
I know exactly what you're talking about, because I remember him too.
He brought him out of retirement. He was retired for like 5 years. He brought to be the offensive coordinator. Like, what are you doing?
I know that guy. I know exactly who you're talking about. He was a horrible coach for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, he was. He was a pretty good offensive coordinator back in the day.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah. Oh,
he'd been out of the game. And Flores
that's really who he went with?
Yeah, for one season. He went through like 3 offensive coordinators in Miami. So, and that's Tomlin's problem. It's exactly Tomlin's problem. He cannot hire an offensive coordinator to save his life. I read an article about Flores, and they said he was kind of sheltered with Belichick, and he didn't get to network a lot. Didn't know a lot of people. So when he got hired as a coach, he didn't have a lot of people to lean on to say, "Oh, I know this guy's a good offensive guy."
Is that offensive coordinator Bailey? Is that his last name?
Man, it's gonna bug the shit out of me now.
It's bugging the shit out of me now too. I want to say his last name's Bailey. I don't know why.
But anyway,
good. Sorry.
It might be Bailey. Yeah, if they went with Flores, that'd be my concern. If they stay the course with Tomlin, this year's out. Now, TJ turns 29 next year. Next year, I don't know where this team ends up. There's a lot of variables. It'll be close to see if TJ ever wins a playoff game in Pittsburgh. And this was my argument why I wanted him to get a veteran quarterback, because you are literally pissing TJ Watt's prime out the window.
Yep, they are.
You know, with Ben,
not Bailey, Gailey.
Chan Gailey.
Shan Gailey. Yeah.
Chan Gailey.
I had the Ailey right. Just couldn't. Yeah. But anyways, go ahead.
So that's why I wanted a veteran quarterback, because the last 2 years of Ben, and now this clusterfuck with Mitch and Kenny Pickett, and then next year Kenny Pickett's second year, you're wasting prime TJ Watt years. You're wasting defensive player of the year prime years with no quarterback.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And it's going to come to a point where he's going to be past his prime.
Yep. That window.
I thought it was an interesting tweet by Madden on that one. All right, let's.
Yeah. Well, he's been anti-Watt for a while, bro.
Who? Madden.
Oh yeah, I mean he's the one that
I don't
pushed
pay that close attention to him. But
oh well,
how are you anti-Watt? He's the best fucking player, defensive player in
because
football.
That's what Madden fucking does, bro. That's what he does.
See, that's where you lose credibility.
He picks the darlings of Pittsburgh, and then goes after them, and that enrages the masses. The only one he doesn't go after, or in the past didn't go after, was Sidney Crosby and Ben. But those guys also would come on his show. So, You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know, but that's just how he is. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's go to the Eagles now. Let's talk about the Eagles a little bit. The game on Sunday. This team's fucking loaded, dude. This is a very good football team. They lead the league in turnovers created. They're the number one team in turnover ratio. They've only had 2 turnovers, and they got like 15 created, so they're top of the league. Their defense is good. Their offense is good. this is going to be bad on Sunday. I look at that team and I don't see a weakness. I don't.
No, I mean, dude, I look at their offense. I mean, Jalen Hurts has been really good. He can run, he can throw, he's accurate. Then you got the run, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell. Those guys are legit.
They're trying to add another back too, Kamara or
right.
Or,
I mean,
or Hunt, Kareem Hunt from the.
I'm like, good Lord, they add that too. That's ridiculous. But I mean, they got Devonta Smith, AJ Brown.
Yeah,
they got that Quez Watkins, but Smith and Brown. I mean, that's the highlight of that. Those guys are fast. AJ Brown's
so good.
Big fucking wide receiver who can get up, catch the ball, and got speed. Smith is a burner. That guy can fly. Tall too, and then that O line, is that not the best O line in the league?
I think it's the best O line in the league. It is.
And then Goddard at tight end. He's a great tight end.
Yeah.
Speedy guy. I mean, that's just a hell of a fucking offensive team. Like offense, they are. And I mean, just as much as the offense is really good, their defense is just good, if not
defense
better.
Defense is good, dude. Their defensive line is 6 deep. Listen to these names: Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Brandon Graham, Jordan Davis, that first round pick, the freaking monster from Georgia. Milton Williams. I don't know if you remember him. They drafted him two drafts ago. His workout was incredible. The dude's like 300 pounds, runs like a deer. He's really good. And now they got Robert Quinn. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, did they really need to add him too? Like, Jesus.
Their corners are decent. Their linebackers are pretty good. It's a very good football team. Dave, the Eagles are everything I wish the Steelers were. I wish Howie Roseman as a general manager, I love him. I think he's the best in football. This dude has giant stones. He doesn't give a fuck. He makes trades. He got AJ Brown in the draft. He just got Robert Quinn. He's going to add a back. He's going to add a Kamara or a Kareem Hunt. He traded up twice to get Carson Wentz. Figured out 2 years later he was no good. Got a first round back for him, and then drafted Jalen Hurts. They prioritize offensive and defensive lines. We just talked about it.
Yep.
The Steelers
they're all about winning in the trenches. All about it.
And the Steelers are exact opposite. Let's draft more wide receivers. And granted, the Steelers are good at it, but at some point, look at the offensive line.
Yep.
The Eagles are everything I wish the Steelers were.
And I mean, we talk about their D line, dude. They're fucking Bradbury and Darius Slay. Those guys are legit too. Fucking Hassan Reddick, that guy.
Yep.
Was he drafted by someone in the AFC North originally, or did he get drafted?
No, he was drafted by the Cardinals. Yeah,
Cardinals. Okay, I couldn't remember if that was the one or not, but that was a great pickup by them too.
Yeah, they traded for Bradbury just before the season started, right? The Giants were
right,
and no one wanted Bradbury. The Steelers couldn't use Bradbury. Holy shit! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like figure that out. Like I don't. The things the Steelers stand pat on is just amazing to me. Like I don't.
You hope with Andy Weidel worked with Roseman for a long time that he'll bring some of that to Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Like prioritizing the trenches, being more aggressive in trades. We'll see. I mean, he's not the general manager, so it's ultimately God's decision.
He's going to get trumped,
man,
probably in a lot of things.
But yeah, he's third on the totem pole for sure behind Khan and Tomlin. So,
and Philly drafted that Nakobe Dean. That was the left there in the fucking 6th round. Oh, dude.
I heard a guy on an interview, a Philly sports writer, and they drafted him with intention to start him, but then they signed these 2 free agent linebackers, and they've been great. So they're just waiting now because they're so deep they can't use them right now.
This was the kid I wanted the Steelers to. He had a 3rd round grade, fell to the 6th, and instead they drafted Connor Hayward. Like,
can you say any more? I mean, it's just drives you crazy.
And look, I'm not trying to be a dick here about Connor Hayward. Like the kid, he doesn't really play that much. Like, what the fuck? This guy had a 3rd round.
It's a waste of draft pick.
They had to have this kid on their radar. It was a linebacker out of Georgia, right? I think if I remember correctly, Georgia.
They send everybody to Georgia for the pro day.
How do you miss this? How do you miss this, dude?
There was
Sixth round.
There was injury concerns, but 6th round, you don't care about injury concerns.
Okay, there you go. I was about to say, who gives a fuck in a sixth?
You drafted talent at that point.
Yeah,
and if he gets hurt, well, hey, it's a 6th round pick, but you take the flyer. I don't know. I don't remember if the Eagles drafted him before the Steelers picked or after, but
people don't want to
hear it. If he's available in the 6th round, trade up.
But hey, look, people don't want to hear it, but their decision in these drafts the last 3 years have been fucking horrendous.
It's been bad.
And that's just the way that's the truth. And man, dude. But to see this guy be a backup when he did well in preseason, but they had these guys here, they're doing well. I mean, you're just like, wow, that team, they are stacked. Their backups are even good too. So it's going to be a massacre in Philly fucking tomorrow. It's going to be bad.
And they traded all those picks for all these guys, AJ Brown and stuff. They still have 2 first-round picks. They have the Saints' first-round pick. They're going to pick in the top 5. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Their general manager's legit. He's killing it.
He's the best in football. Best in football, period. I don't care. So, after saying all that, should we just start the picks and get it?
Yep.
And give our Steelers
time for
I'm not gonna brag
legendary.
Let's do legendary NFL picks. I'm not going to brag too much, David.
Oh, here we go.
But this motherfucker went 11-3 last week against the spread.
It's pretty good.
Woo.
Look, I went 9-5. That's like winning the fucking lottery for me. Okay.
Very good as well. Very good as well. The season totals, I picked up a couple games on you. I'm 50-43-1. Yeah, 44-49-1. But we're close. We're still close. I don't know if I can replicate that, but we'll try. Maybe we'll go undefeated this week. What do you think? All right, first game. Jags at home. Minus 2.5 against the Denver Broncos.
Oh,
in London. It's a London game. Russell Wilson might play. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a London game. Oh, I didn't realize that. Dude, the Denver's been so bad. You know, excuse me. They are last in the league in offense. Like the only
worst of the Steelers bad.
Yeah. Like they're the only team that's worse than the Steelers on offensive stats. Like they're that bad. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Jags.
I'm gonna take the Jags too. London's kind of their home away from home. They play London every year. They're gonna end up moving to London, right? I bet at some point. Yeah, I gotta take the Jags. Vikings 3.5-point dogs at home against given 3.5 points. I'm sorry, to the Arizona Cardinals. 3.5-point favorites. I misspoke there.
Yeah, I'll take the Vikings. I'm nervous though. I'm nervous though because the Cardinals have got Hopkins back, and they exploded last week, and that defense for the Cardinals looked legit too. Now they're facing a bad team, but I'm nervous, but I'll go Vikings. I'll take them to cover.
Who did they play last week? I'm forgetting already.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Falcons?
No. Bengals beat the Falcons. Why am I drawing a blank? Were they on a bye last week?
Who?
The Cardinals?
No. They
Oh no, they played Thursday night, the Saints.
Yeah.
They romped them, yes. Yeah. Yep. All right. I'm gonna take the Vikings too. I'm a little nervous as well though. Next game, Falcons giving 4 to the Panthers. Falcons are at home. That NFC South, I don't know who's coming. Panthers beat the Buccaneers last week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking good.
I'll tell you what, I think I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Falcons got thumped by the Bengals, man.
Dante Foreman, I think they're gonna ride him. Dante, they better because I had him in fantasy, so I need them to ride him. I'm gonna take Panthers.
I'm going to take the Falcons at home. I think the Falcons at home. All right, next game, Cowboys at home, giving 10 to the Chicago Bears. Chicago laid it on New England this week. That was very enjoyable to watch. That was very enjoyable to watch.
You're not liking the 9.5, are you?
That's tough, man.
It is.
I'm going to take the Cowboys. I think that defense, they're going to rattle the Bears quarterback there.
That defense is really fucking good.
Yeah, he's going to turn the ball over a couple times in this game.
Yep, I'm going to take Dallas too.
All right. Saints at home getting 1.5 from the Raiders. I picked the Raiders last week. They won. I want to pick them again. A little win streak here.
Yeah, I think the Raiders will win too.
I don't know. The Saints are in trouble. They're going to trade Kamara.
Yeah,
they're rebuilding.
They're about done.
Okay, next game, Lions getting 3.5 at home against the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I'm gonna go Dolphins. I think they're gonna stomp them.
Yeah, I think this Lions coach is on the chopping block now.
Yeah,
he made some bad decisions last week. He's not a good football coach, man. I'm gonna take the Dolphins too. Jets at home getting 2.5 from the New England Patriots. Patriots favored, even though they got shellacked last week. Well, the Jets lost their running back there.
Yeah, but they added Robinson, so I mean, like, he's nothing to sneeze at. So
yep, true.
Jets at home. I'm gonna take Jets.
Yeah, I think Belichick owns the Jets. I'm gonna take the Patriots.
I think it's a changing of the guard. I think we're headed that way.
I hope so.
He looks like he's stuck because he's starting Mac Jones, who did not do good.
No, he had to pull him.
Like, so I don't know. The Jets are looking good, man. I'm gonna take Jets here.
Okay. There's no line on the Texans-Titans game because I'm assuming that because the Titans quarterback's out, Malik Willis is going to start on Sunday.
I don't even have that game.
Oh, Texans at home. Yeah, I'm going to skip Steelers till.
You said the Titans game?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm taking Titans, dude.
No line because whatchamacallit's not starting. They're starting Malik Willis.
Yeah. I'm just going to pick Titans.
I think I'm going to take the Titans too. I'm going to be interested in this game. I'll probably go back and watch it and see how Malik Willis does.
Malik Willis is that's going to be interesting to see how he does because he's the one who's supposed to have the highest ceiling of this draft class.
Yeah.
Remember, you and I were glamoring for them to take him.
Yeah.
If he was there.
I was.
And we were just like, Kenny Pickett, what the fuck?
I was shocked.
Like, shocked. And then you were just like, I don't even know. I thought I was going to talk you off the cliff because you were like, what the fuck are they doing?
I don't know, man. I'll be the first to admit evaluating college quarterbacks is tough, and I'm not always right, but every draft expert had Malik Willis going to the Steelers. Yeah. Every single one. So that Pickett thing came out of left field.
Yeah.
All right. Seahawks at home, giving 3 to the New York Giants. No. Yeah,
wow. They have the
Seahawks are good.
What?
It's in Seattle. They beat the Chargers last week, right? Yeah, they did beat the Chargers.
The Chargers are not that good.
They beat them 37-23.
They're not that good. That defense by Chargers is injured to hell and back. Like,
yep.
Oh man, so you're taking Seahawks at home, huh?
I'm taking the Seahawks. Yep.
Well, I got a game on you, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Giants to upset them.
Okay. No line in the Rams 49ers game. Do you know what's going on there?
No.
That's kind of curious too, right?
I got here 49ers -1.5.
Maybe they're just saying pick them on my site.
Huh. I don't know.
Let's go with your spread 1.5 for the 49ers. Who are you going to take?
I'll take the Niners.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Niners too. The Rams might be in serious trouble. They have not looked good.
No, that O-line's horrible.
Yes. The Colts are actually favored at home against the Commanders. They're giving 3, and they're starting a rookie quarterback.
I'm taking the Commanders.
Yeah.
Hey, last week, you remember the Commanders, I was going to pick the Commanders in that game because it was like their defense. I know they're missing what's the outside linebacker, the edge rusher, but that defense is still nothing to really sneeze at. It's not bad.
Well, and Heineke's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm going to take I'm going to take Commanders on this.
I'm going to take the Commanders too.
Damn you. Why don't you take something else? Trying to catch you.
Buffalo Bills given 10.5 to the Green Bay Packers.
My, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, big time. I'm taking the Packers. They're going to cover. They might not win.
Wow, you think they will cover?
I think they're going to cover.
I think they're going to get their dick pushed in. I think they're going to get fucking destroyed. No,
This is the Sunday night game too, by the way. This is a primetime game.
bro, this is at Buffalo. They're getting
I know.
stomped. Like, no, Buffalo Bills. No, Buffalo Bills.
I think
For me.
Aaron Rodgers is dying for this game. I think
he's like his career is dying in general. Like it's about over for him. That's what's dying. It's over. I'm taking Buffalo Bills to cover, and they cover with ease by 25 points.
All right, we'll see.
Watch them get routed by the Packers.
I think the Bills win, but I think it'll be a little closer than people think. Monday Night Football: Bengals giving 3 to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, they didn't even show up on this thing here. This app I'm using. It's back. What was it again?
Bengals giving 3 to the Browns. Monday Night Football. Bengals at home.
Ooh.
No Jamar Chase.
Man, you said it's at
in Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati. I'll give it to them. I'll say they cover.
Yeah, Browns played pretty good against the Ravens last week.
I'm hoping they lose though. Like I want them to lose.
Yeah, as Steelers fans, we're rooting for the Browns for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cincinnati too. I think even with Chase, they've figured some stuff out. They're ready to go on a little bit of a run here. I think.
Yeah, they still got the rest of those guys there. I think they'll be all right.
All right. Speaking of how the mighty have fallen, the Eagles are giving our Pittsburgh Steelers 10.5 too. It's in Philly. We know the injuries. TJ Watt's not back. Logan Joby's out.
We don't even have our goddamn kicker, bro.
No, the kick. Yeah, Boswell's out.
Like,
we still have Matt Canada.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So there's that.
Well, since you said that, I'm going to go ahead and go that the Eagles cover.
Yeah. What do you got for a score?
34-10.
Oof. I had written down, I'm going to stick with it, 38-13.
Okay.
Eagles. We're pretty close on our prediction. And I wrote that down this morning because on Friday, I was going to pick the Steelers to win. If TJ Watt played, I was going to pick the Steelers to win.
I wouldn't have picked them to win. I'd have picked it to be a lot closer. It would have been like, I don't know. It had been like 21-17 or something.
You know, the Steelers haven't won in Philly since 1965.
I saw that. I was like, holy shit.
0-9. 0 in their last 9 games in Philly.
Well, the trend will continue.
0-10.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see any way the Steelers win this game. I just don't. I'm sorry. Dude, I don't want to be negative. On. I know we said the same thing in the Tampa Bay game and end up winning, but yeah, this is worse.
But we just didn't nobody was noticing that the Bucs were becoming a bad team.
Yeah. Brady just started his slide.
Yeah,
in that Pittsburgh game,
and that was the trick. Like we just didn't realize that they were starting to do that downward trend.
And it was in Pittsburgh.
So, yep.
This is going to be a Buffalo.
This
game
is a whole different scenario. This is the number one team
game
in the NFC or the NFL, for that matter. They are stacked from top to bottom on offense, defense, special teams. This is going to be ugly. We don't have some key players that we need to be able to win this game. They're going to get smacked. I'm trying to think. They miss anybody on offense? I'm sure. No, they're not, right? We will have all our offense players.
Yeah, the offense is completely healthy. The Eagles are completely healthy too. They don't have anybody.
You want to know? You want to know what the how's it said? The rainbow at the end of this whole thing, the light at the end of the tunnel, is that maybe Canada does get fired because the offense puts up 10 points.
I'm going to keep picking them under 10 points until they prove me wrong. I mean, under 20 points until they prove me wrong.
To quote Aditi Kinkabala the right way, I believe she said that she thinks if they don't do well in Philly, the Steelers will fire. Not she's hearing that's the plan.
Yeah. Yes, that's what she said, and
she was guessing that's what's going to happen. But I'm hoping that she's right. But Steelers, I don't know, man. And then I'm like, if after they lose this game, maybe they'll just tank on purpose and fucking.
Then they'll never tank. Tomlin will never tank.
At 2-6,
he will never do it.
I don't know.
And I think part of me thinks he's dug in on on Matt Canada. He's not going to fire him.
Well, I'm telling you this much: if they come out of the bye and lose to the Saints and go 2-7, I would be fucking tanking like crazy. I'd be tanking.
If they lose, like say they're 2-6 at the bye, and they lose either the Saints or the Panthers the next 2 weeks, or both, God forbid, then you got to start talking about Tomlin's job. I hate to say it.
They won't
You
do
can't. There's too much talent on this team to go 2
But they-
15.
that. But they won't do that though.
They
bro.
won't.
They won't.
They
do
won't.
that.
I know they won't.
His
I know they
first losing season, they fire him. It will happen.
No,
Cowher had
and it-
Cowher at the top of my head had 2 different losing seasons, if I remember correctly. It was like 2003. That's how they were able to draft Ben. And then it was like 1999, 90
something like that. Yeah.
There was something like 99. It was
In the
that
late
era
90s, yeah.
of Tom Zach and Cordell Stewart era.
Oh.
It was bad. Yeah. But that's the only 2 seasons I remember Cowher having a losing record. If I remember, it was something like that. They didn't fire him either time. So for Tomlin to never have a losing season,
Yeah.
they won't fire him.
I said that like tongue in cheek because they won't fire him under any circumstances. I tell you what, I'm going to start watching college football a lot more closely now because it's time to start thinking about the draft. I hate to say it. Tonight, that kid Will Levis is playing for Kentucky. I'm going to be watching him because I don't know anything about him. People say he could be a top 10 pick. He's done a prime time against Tennessee tonight. I'll be checking him out. I watched a little bit of that Alabama kid, the pass rusher.
That reminds me. Do you remember when I wanted the Steelers to draft Lindenbaum? Remember I was talking draft Lindenbaum. Did you see him manhandling fucking D lineman the other night for Ravens? Absolutely manhandling them. Bro.
The Eagles have that center that the Steelers could have drafted. What the hell's his name? I'm so bad with names. I'm gonna get better, but
which one? They don't not that
they moved him to guard. The one that was hurt a lot, and people were worried. Landon Dickerson. They could have drafted him when they drafted in the Najee Harris draft. He plays guard for them now, and he's playing very well for them. He's playing very well for them. The difference, it's right there's a difference in the franchises. There's no way in hell Philly's drafting a running back in the first round. No way in hell. They're drafting offensive line, defensive line. Sure enough, the core of the team.
It's an unwillingness to change your ways to the now.
That draft as well. I lost my earpiece. Sorry.
Hey, nice catch though, kid.
Eh?
Nice catch.
I got hands. I got hands, brother.
That speed, the hands.
These things fall out of my head all the time. I'm used to trying to catch them. That draft says it all, man. I'm telling you that could have had Landon Dickerson. You could have had the kid from Kansas City that's balling out too, and your offensive line's progressively better. But now, here we are, Kendrick Green sitting on the bench. Dark times.
It is.
Where are you and Kenny? I haven't got a chance to talk to you since. Where are you and Kenny Pickett now with these turnovers? And you getting worried at all?
Not yet. No. He's a rookie. Like I told you.
He's a rookie and Matt Canada's offense.
Yeah, like I told you on, was that Monday on our postmortem again? Another one, another postmortem Steelers podcast. There, he's a rookie, man. Like they're gonna sometimes force things that they shouldn't force. I told you. It's more of if it stays like this the whole season. Like for me, I got to see him getting better towards the end. If he's getting better towards the end, then that's a good sign. But if he just straight sucks every game all the way to the end, now we're gonna have to start looking at maybe possibly drafting the quarterback. They won't do it, but yeah.
I don't think he was that bad in the game, but the turnovers are starting to scare me a little bit. That's the only thing I'm getting to.
They were critical turnovers. Those last 2 turnovers were both driving right towards the red zone. One's to win the game. It's just killer. But it's also a miscommunication on him and Deontay Johnson. I also didn't like how Deontay Johnson just stood there and let the guy fucking catch the ball and didn't try to push him out.
We've had our problems with DJ this year. He's been
dude. But I mean, Najee made a comment, was that yesterday, about how they've got some things they need to clean up amongst themselves in the locker room. I'm like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? But if it's accountability issue, I'm not surprised because the way some of those guys act. But whatever.
I heard I was listening to another podcast and someone made a good point. They were right. He doesn't have the talent, Kenny Pickett, to overcome turning the ball over too much. He's not one of those. He's not Josh Allen that can run and throw or Jalen. He needs to be accurate. That's the way he wins in the NFL.
Yep. Smart
and accurate, a little bit of scrambling. So he can't be a bad decision maker and be successful in the NFL. He needs to clean that up. And maybe it's on the receivers a little bit. He is a rookie. Obviously, no one's jumping to conclusions. But yeah, he can't be the turnover guy because he's on the razor's edge. He needs to be accurate. He needs to keep the ball moving. He can't be a turnover guy. That would be bad news for the Steelers. But I'm not saying he will be. It's something to keep an eye on going forward, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions now. Not good.
No.
Not where you want to be.
Not to defend him. A lot of those interceptions, though, are bad luck, shitty.
I'm not.
But you're right.
If
someone just looks at the stat sheet, they're like,
"Yeah,
this guy's horrible," or something. They're not gonna. They ain't gonna look good out there much. They're not gonna have a.
We talked about it enough. He pleasantly surprised me in the preseason, and how good he is, and how being on time, getting rid of the ball quick. So I want to see them build on that. Those last 2 pickoffs just made me a little nervous. We'll see how.
I agree, but he also made some great plays with his legs and the pass down the middle. That was a hell of a fucking throw, and he made other throws that have been very impressive.
Yeah, I said he wasn't that bad. And I'm not going to judge anything in this game because he's up against it with the Seagulls game.
And that's the other thing we have to take into account. That too, he's going against some good teams. He has the worst offensive coordinator you could have in this situation. I don't know. I'm in it after we get stomped this tomorrow. I'm interested to see what happens. I'm interested to see if some changes get done going into the bye week.
It's going to be real interesting around here because we have 2 weeks to sit on that loss if they lose because it's a bye week. So going to be a lot of shit written, a lot of people voicing their opinions.
If they don't put up over 13 to 15 points, dude,
it's like I said earlier in the podcast, this is historically bad.
Yeah.
Like to average less than 20 points over this long a stretch, it's unheard of. It's just bad. They can't get the running game going. They never have been able to. Yeah. Tom's got to make the change. He has to.
Yep.
I saw David Carr. He tweeted about Mike Sullivan. He's really a big Mike Sullivan fan.
Yep.
It's worth giving him a shot.
I'm not a big fan, but I think he could be better than Canada.
I mean, who couldn't at this point? It doesn't get any worse than this.
Yeah.
Unless you're the Red Bears had the worst? No. Who did you say had the worst offense? Denver. Yeah. So, all right. That should wrap it up. You don't have anything else, do you? Before we we'll be back on Sunday night to talk about this game. Maybe we'll just say fuck it. Let's talk about something else. But yeah, if it's not a blowout, that's all we can hope for at this point. Keep it close. Don't embarrass us, please.
This is what it's come to. Please don't get blown out. Yep.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at SteelersSank16. You can find us on YouTube, Steelers Sanctuary. Check us out. Email us at daver@SteelersSanctuary.com. Dave, give me a Twitter handle and we'll get out of here.
M_Corb.
All right. Until Sunday night, we'll talk to you later.